Here are a few examples. So for number 1, if there are 100 total squares right here and we have one of those rows colored in, that would be worth 10. So 10 out of 100 are shaded in. We can simplify that. We can divide them both by 10, which would be 1/10. That also means there is one row of 10. To get that in a decimal form, I can do 1 divided by 10. So the top divided by bottom, which is 0.1 or 1/10. All right, so then to make it a percent, you can multiply it by 100, or you can move the decimal 2 to the right. When I move it 2 to the right, I don't have a number here. Nothing is the same as 0, so I'm going to add a 0. So it would be 10%. Okay, 10% also makes sense with the picture. 10 out of these 100 are colored in. 10% means 10 per 100. Okay. These two cells are shaded blue because these are things that you're going to want to remember. You're going to want to remember 1/10 is the same as 10%. It will save you so much time in the future, 7th grade, 8th grade, high school. So you want to have those memorized. All right, let's take a peek at this one. All right, so each row is 10. So that would be 90 altogether, or 90 out of 100. Simplified, that would be 9/10. To get the decimal, I would use a calculator and do 9 divided by 10. And you might not actually need a calculator. This one means 9/10 or 9 rows of 10, and then 0 extras. All right, so as a percent, we're going to move our decimal 2 to the right. 1, it'll be after the 9. 2, it'll be after that next invisible number. Ooh, so if nothing's there, we can add a 0 at the end. So 90 and add the percent sign. Let's try a silly one. Let's look at number 4. All right, we are trying to figure out what part is shaded blue. So for this one, we have 30, and then we have 3 more, and then we have a little itty bitty piece right here. So it's like 33 and a little bit more. We'll just round it at the moment to 33 out of 100. Okay, because that looks like a little less than half. Now, if we look at this picture, this is another way to represent it. It's easy to tell that that is 1/3. Okay, 1/3 of this is shaded blue. If we put this into the calculator and we get 1 divided by 3, we're going to get 0 and then a whole bunch of 3's repeating. We're just going to round it to the nearest hundredth. So 0.33. Then we're going to move the decimal 2 to the right. 1, 2. So it lands after that second 3, so 33%. Okay, so now I rounded this one, and I have the same thing. 33 out of 100, 33%. All right, that's very similar to this one, except for this time we have 2 of them colored in. 2/3. If I put this into a calculator, it gives me a whole bunch of 6's and eventually puts a 7 at the end. It's rounding it up. We want the nearest hundredth. All right, so it looks like this, but because this third digit after the decimal is 5 or higher, we add on a penny. So 66 cents plus 1 more cent is 67 cents. Okay, and then if we move the decimal 2 to the right, 1, 2, it is 67%. These two fractions are kind of silly, but we want to have them memorized. Okay, so we need to remember that 1/3 is 33% and 2/3 is 67%. We need to remember those. Make flashcards if you need to.